If you're trying to choose an Epson EcoTank, here's the problem. The cheapest one may be enough, the newest one may be the better value, and the most expensive one may not make your prints look any better. So today I'm going to help you figure out which Epson EcoTank is actually worth buying for the projects you make. By the end of this video, you'll know which EcoTank I'd recommend for a beginner, which one I choose for most everyday use, and which models are only worth buying for specific features you know you'll use. Hello everyone, JenniferMaker here. It's a beautiful day to make choosing an Epson EcoTank printer a whole lot easier. Now this video is specifically for crafters, bakers, and my fellow creatives. That's why we're looking at these printers from a maker's point of view, focusing on the kinds of projects we actually make. We'll start with the main models that I use and then look at some step-up options. I've also put my findings together into a buyer's cheat sheet just for you. You can download it for free at jennifermaker.com/821. First, let's talk about what actually matters for crafters like us. When I'm choosing a printer for my craft room, I really care about 4 things: what I want to make, convenience, size, and price. Of course, we all want our prints to look good, but for everyday craft printing, the paper and settings often affect the results more than the model number. So we won't go into print quality specifically because these all perform really well. Now, what do you print or want to print? A sticker sheet, a planner page, and a large art print don't all have the same printing needs. The kinds of projects you make can help determine which printer makes the most sense. Convenience matters because features like paper handling can change how easy the printer is to live with. Printer size matters in 2 ways: how much room the printer takes up in your craft space and how large it can print. And price matters because the best printer isn't the most expensive one. It's the one that gives you the features you'll actually use at a price that makes sense for you. Don't forget about ink prices too. That's why EcoTanks are so popular with crafters. Instead of tiny cartridges, they use refillable ink tanks. The printer usually costs more up front, but the ink bottles last up to 3 years and are usually much more affordable than cartridges in the long run. Now, for the printers. Let's start with the Epson EcoTank 2800. This is the budget-friendly starter choice. For projects, it's a good fit if you mostly print sticker sheets, planner pages, coloring pages, card inserts, photos, and printables. For convenience, it's basic. It prints, copies, and scans. And that's okay if you don't need extra features. It is slower than the other models, but that's not a big issue for most crafters. The trade-off is that if you print big, want automatic 2-sided printing, or want something that feels more modern and convenient, you may outgrow it faster. The 2800 is compact, so it fits nicely in many craft rooms, but does need a little more space while printing due to its rear feed tray. It's for regular letter-size projects, but that's large enough for most projects. If your biggest priority is keeping costs down, this model has the lowest retail cost. So choose the 2800 if you want a budget-friendly EcoTank for basic craft printing and you're okay with a simpler printer. It will do exactly what you need. Next is the Epson EcoTank 2980. I think many crafters should really consider this 7th generation EcoTank. Mine says 2988, but that's just because I bought it as a package with extra ink. It's exactly the same as the 2980. For projects, it's a strong fit for stickers, printable vinyl, planner pages, cards, labels, coloring pages, small art prints, photos, and a whole lot more. This model really shines in convenience. You get automatic 2-sided printing, a handy color screen, and a paper tray that holds up to 100 sheets, and it prints a little faster than the 2800. It is rear feeding, so keep that in mind for your workspace. Like the 2800, this is still a compact printer that's designed for everyday letter-size projects. When it comes to price, I'd compare it closely with the 2800, especially if it's on sale. If there's only a small difference in cost, this is the model I'd choose because you'll appreciate those extra convenience features. The EcoTank 2980 is my everyday pick for most crafters buying a new EcoTank in 2026. Now let's talk about the step-up models. First is the EcoTank 3950. This one makes sense if you want a more advanced home printer to share, not just a basic craft printer. For projects, it handles regular craft printing tasks very well. But the bigger reason to move up is convenience. The 7th generation EcoTank 3950 has a larger paper tray, faster print speeds, easy two-sided printing, an automatic document feeder, and a larger color display than the smaller models. Extra features can be nice, but ask yourself, will you actually use them? Those features also make this model a bit larger and heavier than the other options, so keep that in mind. This model is also more expensive than the others, so it's really only worth picking if you need the extra options. If you print a lot, use your printer for home office tasks or share it with the family for school and work. The EcoTank 3950 may be worth the step up in price. But if you mostly print one sticker sheet, one design, or one card at a time, you don't need to spend more for those options. Next is the EcoTank 4950, which leans even more into the home office side of the decision. If your printer needs to handle both crafting and everyday business tasks, this model may be worth a closer look. Along with the convenience features found on the other step-up models, it adds office features like faxing and is designed to handle things like shipping labels. So you can handle those tasks on top of paperwork, copying, scanning, craft patterns, stickers, and paper crafts. If you run a small business from home or simply want one printer that can do it all, the EcoTank 4950 can make a lot of sense. But for many casual crafters, it's likely more printer than you need for the size and higher price. It's easy to look at a higher model number and think, that one must be better. But better for what? If you won't use the extra features, it may not be better for you. Now let's talk about the EcoTank 15000. This printer handles craft projects just as well as the others, and it has most of the convenience features of the home office style models. But this is a wide format printer, and that's where size becomes the biggest deciding factor. This model can print larger than letter size, up to 13 by 19 inches. So if you want larger art, bigger signs, or space to print multiple copies of small projects, the EcoTank 15000 opens up options the smaller printers can't. That extra space comes at a cost, as this is the most expensive option on my list. So I wouldn't buy it just because you might want bigger printing someday. I'd buy it when you already know you'll use it. We've been talking about general printed crafts so far, but one quick sublimation crafting note. If you want to use a printer for sublimation transfers, decide before you fill the tanks. A printer filled with regular EcoTank ink is for regular craft printing. A printer filled with sublimation ink is for sublimation. It can't do both. If you want stickers, paper crafts, printable vinyl, photos, cards, and regular printables, choose regular EcoTank ink. If you want to print sublimation projects, fill it with sublimation ink from the beginning. Want both regular craft printing and sublimation options? I'd choose 2 EcoTanks that fit your project sizes and budget. Choosing the same model can also make the setup and maintenance easier. Now, either kind of ink can clog a printer if you don't use it often, so I have a way to help. Sign up for my advanced membership, and you can use my auto print service. I'll auto-magically send a quick test print to your printer each week. It doesn't take much ink, but this service will help keep your printer in working order. This is just one of the fantastic features of Advance. So visit JenniferMaker.com/advance to learn more today. Let's put everything into a simple buying guide. EcoTank 2800, best budget starter choice for basic craft projects, lighter printing, and spending less upfront. EcoTank 2980, best everyday choice for many crafters buying new in 2026, especially if you want a little more convenience without jumping to a much bigger printer. EcoTank 3950, Best step-up choice if you want a stronger family printer with more convenience, a bigger paper tray, and an automatic document feeder. EcoTank $49.50. Best if you need craft printing and extra office features in the same printer. EcoTank $15,000. Best if size is your priority and you need to print larger than letter size. That's the step-up choice for wide format craft printing. Remember, the best printer isn't the most expensive model. It's the one that fits your projects, your convenience needs, your space, and, most importantly, your budget. I'll put my updated comparison chart, current price notes, and shopping links over at JenniferMaker.com/821 so you can check out everything before you buy. I hope this helped make that EcoTank decision feel a lot less confusing. Pick the one right for you, and you'll be crafting in no time. And then we can get back to the fun part, printing beautiful things and making something we love. You can also share your projects in our JenniferMaker Facebook group or tag me on social media with the hashtag JenniferMaker. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is JenniferMaker reminding you to craft a life you love.